Hey guys, it's Doug with your Week 8 MyStatsLab Problem 7 example. And in this case, it's not really an example. There's not much math going on here, so we don't really have an example. So I have a screenshot of just one of the actual questions. I think every time you go in, the question actually changes some. But let's go ahead and look at it for a couple of minutes. We won't take much time here, but let's kind of look at this question and talk about what maybe the answer could be. And in this one, an enthusiastic junior executive has run a test of his new marketing program. He reports that it resulted in a significant increase in sales. A footnote on his report explains that he used an alpha level of 8.8% for his test. Presumably, he performed a hypothesis test against the null hypothesis of no change in sales. So what he was saying was the null hypothesis is that sales have not changed because of his new marketing program. And let's kind of underline the word his new marketing program. And so his alternative would be that there is a change in sales. So this is his program that he's running the test on. Part A of this question asks us, if instead he had used an alpha level of 10%, is it more or less likely that he would have rejected his null hypothesis? So let's think about this. We're talking about the alpha level. Now raising alpha level increases the chance of rejection of the null hypothesis. Lowering the alpha decreases the chance of rejection of the null hypothesis. So what did he want to do here? He definitely wanted to reject the null hypothesis that there is no change. It's his marketing program. What would you think he would want it to do? He would want it to say, yeah, this is the greatest thing ever. We need to use this marketing program from now on. So think about it again. He had an alpha of 8.8. The question asks us what happens if the alpha level had been 10%. And as I said before, raising this alpha increases the chance of rejection of the null hypothesis. Lowering the alpha decreases the chance of rejection. So what do you think he wanted to do with the alpha? He wanted to make sure, of course, that his program worked. So with that information, you should be able to come up with the correct answer here. So that's part A. Part B says if he chose the alpha 8.8%, the alpha level 8.8%, so that he could gain the significance, explain why this is not an ethical use of statistics. And we've kind of talked about that. Let's look at what we have here as answers. And let's think about that. He said he put it at 8.8%. Kind of a weird number, isn't it? I mean, we're thinking about this, and you look here, most of our alpha levels are 0.1, 0.05, 0.01, or 0.001. They're again depending on how significant we want this testing to be. We go really low if we want it to be really, really close, something that's really important. I think our text talks about safety for, I can't remember exactly what it was, but we're talking about safety levels, which is very important, versus do you like a hot dog or not, which of course obviously isn't that important. But let's think about this. The alpha level can make or break the hypothesis. If he wanted this to pass, which obviously did, it was his program, then he's going to make that alpha level at some point where it rejects that null hypothesis and says, yes, there is a difference. So it probably is unethical, and we know that the alpha level has to be chosen before examining the data. Otherwise, the alpha level can be manipulated, which he may have done here to get an 8.8. It's kind of weird that he didn't pick one of the standard numbers. So we know this has to be chosen ahead of time. It has to be something that works within the parameters of what's going on here. So yes, it would be unethical for him to pick his own alpha for his own program, for his own test. because we know what he wanted the outcome to be. So there you have it. Not much to it, but that is your Week 8 MyStatsLab Problem 7 for this week. See you next time.